I mean, first of all, was anything surprising in the report? Does anything catch your eye in particular?
I think the notable increase in the prevalence of SEN, which has been confirmed in the report, and I think the difference between the prevalence in the UK and Gibraltar, I think that was a bit striking.
So for our viewers, that was 30% in Gibraltar as opposed to 17% in the UK, so close to double or thereabouts.
Yes, I think that was the most striking thing and something that we need to obviously keep an eye on.
And when you say that an action plan is needed, you mentioned an audit of the current provision and of the facilities and everything that's on offer. What does an action plan look like to you?
Well, obviously the report commission, the independent report commission, sheds light on the contributing factors into the prevalence of special educational needs. But further than this, it doesn't give key recommendations on what is going to be done with the findings of that. With that, so what we are saying is that now that we know, we have the information, it's confirmed that there's been a sharp increase. What we're saying now is that it would be beneficial to have an independent audit to look at the impact that this increase has had on the service providers and on the government departments, to identify where areas have to be improved and where resources might need to be improved, where certain SEN policies might need to be improved or indeed introduced. And these can be identified in an audit or an impact review. And obviously, this would be the next step forward. And with targeted key recommendations that are made by such an audit, then the government would be able to hopefully come up with an action plan that would provide the community with answers. Because obviously, we welcome the report. It's a very useful report which provides the community with answers as to the contributing factors. But they're only partial answers. It doesn't provide the community with answers of what is going to be done about the increase.
So you're talking about as you say, they talk about the causes, the potential causes, both environmental and social and all other contributing factors, but you're talking about the impact that the uptick is going to have on the current provision, the current facilities and so on. You're asking for an action plan and an audit to find out what's most needed, but does anything stand out as to what you think is a weakness in the current system or something that should be prioritised?
I have to agree with the part in the audit that highlights inclusive education as a way forward, and it mentions it obviously in passing as a recommendation, but doesn't go into. Obviously, it's an independent audit, and it isn't looking at how the government would resource or the plan for it, because it wasn't commissioned. The scope of the report wasn't to make those kinds of recommendations. But I am of the opinion that is a way forward, inclusive education, and I think that that needs to be properly resourced and looked at. And I think that even though obviously St. Martin's School is a very important school and it does great work and it needs to be properly resourced and it's very valuable, the value of inclusive education and having children mainstream when they can and where they can is also very valuable for both children with special educational needs and children within mainstream school, and wherever we need to do our utmost to resource these schools as best possible.